The forest is the foundation of our existence, the beauty of our nature, and the strength of our atmosphere. Without forests, the earth would seem barren and lifeless, like a cremation ground. Across the world, various types of forest areas exist, each with its own unique importance. Among these forest regions, one stands out: the Amazon rainforest. The Amazon rainforest is known as the largest forest area in the world and is also called the lungs of the earth because it produces the majority of the planet's oxygen through its dense greenery. The Amazon rainforest is vast and holds many mysteries within it. It is located in the continent of South America, where most of the continent is covered by the Amazon forests. The Amazon basin covers about 7 million square kilometers, of which approximately 5.5 million square kilometers consist of the Amazon rainforest. This massive forest is famous worldwide for its uniqueness and is home to many extraordinary tree species that astonish people. It is believed that these rainforests have existed since the age of dinosaurs on Earth. Thousands of different tree species grow here, making it the world's largest biodiversity hotspot. This biodiversity is so vast that it creates its own unique climate, unaffected by the global weather patterns. The Amazon rainforest spreads across at least 9 countries, with most of it lying within Brazil's borders. Around 58.4% of the Amazon rainforest is in Brazil, 12.8% in Peru, 7.7% in Bolivia, 7.01% in Colombia, 6.01% in Venezuela, 3.1% in Guyana, 2.5% in Suriname, 1.4% in French Guiana, and 1% in Ecuador. The majority of the forest area is found in Brazil, Peru, and Colombia, with Brazil holding around 60%, Peru 13%, and Colombia 10%. In Brazil, Colombia, and Bolivia, these forests are known as the Amazon jungle, while in French Guiana, it is called the Guiana Amazon. The Amazon rainforest constitutes over half of the world's tropical rainforests. It is estimated to contain around 390 billion trees of approximately 16,000 different species. This great biodiversity supports numerous animal species as well. Various indigenous tribes live within the vast Amazon forests, with roughly 350 different tribes inhabiting the region, totaling over 30 million people. The name Amazon is said to have originated from a war fought long ago between different wild tribes in this area. The Amazon forests produce the most oxygen of any forest in the world. Yet they are not immune to the effects of increasing environmental pollution and natural disasters. The Amazon rainforest developed between 56 million and 33.9 million years ago, during the age of dinosaurs. At that time, the Earth was filled with many species of dinosaurs. Some could fly, some lived in water, some roamed on land. Most of them were carnivorous, but some were large herbivores that survived by eating tree leaves. There were even small dinosaurs weighing about 25 kilograms. This prosperous world of the dinosaurs was disrupted one day by nature. A huge meteor began moving toward Earth. First, it collided with Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, which altered its course. Then it struck directly toward Earth, causing a massive impact. The collision shattered the Earth's crust into pieces, scattering debris into space. Dust clouds formed, covering the sky. The speed was so great that every living being in its path was destroyed. When it collided with Earth, It reactivated dormant volcanoes. Once again, volcanoes erupted across the Earth's surface. This impact released an enormous amount of energy, and extremely hot winds swept the planet. Because of these scorching winds, the Earth's atmosphere heated up to nearly 1600 degrees Celsius. At this terrifying temperature of around 1600 degrees, every living creature on Earth was burned to ashes. Along with all the animals, the trees and plants that had grown on Earth until then were also destroyed. Although it may seem that this event marked the end of a giant species of creatures, an event that was tragic, it was precisely because of this catastrophe that life on Earth became possible. About 67 million years ago, when this massive meteor struck the Earth, the population of dinosaurs living here was wiped out almost instantly. Along with the dinosaurs, all kinds of vegetation on Earth were also destroyed. This was the most destructive extinction event in Earth's history. Before this destructive event, the large habitat for dinosaurs was the vast Amazon rainforest. Back then, many conifer tree species grew abundantly there. Conifers are a type of plant that grows very tall but has low density. They usually grow in cool rainforest areas with heights ranging from 200 to 300 feet. A great example of pine trees is those found in hilly regions. To grow taller, pine trees require areas dominated by dense tree growth, which provides the best environment to thrive. However, due to the presence of dinosaurs, this was not possible. As long as dinosaurs existed on Earth, this ideal environment for conifers could not develop because whenever dense tree growth began, the large, tall, herbivorous dinosaurs would eat and trample these young trees. But when that meteor hit Earth, this entire species was wiped out in just a few moments. Approximately 75% of all living creatures on Earth perished, and around 40% of the planet's vegetation was permanently destroyed. Among the 40% of the lost vegetation were many types of trees that disappeared forever, trees that we will never see again. After the meteor's collision, a violent shockwave swept across Earth, creating powerful tsunami waves in the oceans. These waves were so devastating that humanity has never witnessed such terrible tsunamis throughout its history. These tsunami waves also wiped out many large marine dinosaurs. When the meteor struck Earth's surface, dust spread all over the planet, forming a thick layer that blocked sunlight from reaching Earth. Without sunlight, temperatures plummeted drastically, and many remaining dinosaur species became extinct. Although this was a destructive event, it marked the beginning of a new evolutionary journey for life on Earth. There is a saying, development comes after destruction. This was exactly the case when the meteor struck. Dinosaurs were wiped out, and new species began to emerge on Earth. With the dinosaurs gone, the Amazon rainforest started to revive once again. Sadly, more than 60% of species of animals and trees in the Amazon were lost due to the meteor impact. But over time, the Amazon rainforest began to recover. After the dinosaurs' extinction, trees and plants in the Amazon had a chance to grow without being eaten by herbivorous dinosaurs. The environment also stabilized, allowing the forests to thrive again. Although 60% of species had been lost, life started to bloom again in the Amazon rainforests. To survive, a struggle began once again between different types of trees and plants. After the meteor impact, dust filled the Earth's atmosphere, reducing sunlight reaching the surface. This triggered a struggle for survival between two major plant groups in the Amazon rainforest, angiosperms and gymnosperms. Nature was to decide which group would dominate. nature favored the angiosperms, and soon angiosperm species began to flourish in the Amazon forests. Biologists explain that due to the dust, very little sunlight reached Earth's surface at that time, whereas before the meteor, sunlight was sufficient. Research shows that angiosperms require much less sunlight than gymnosperms. This factor influenced the Amazon's vegetation significantly. Today, most plant species in the Amazon rainforest are angiosperms. Here arises the question: when the environment eventually returned to normal and sunlight again reached Earth's surface adequately, why did gymnosperms not increase much? Biologists explain that by the time the climate normalized and the sun's rays reached the ground, angiosperms had already established dominance across most of the Amazon land. When sunlight returned abundantly, gymnosperms tried to grow again, but they require a lot of space and dense foliage to thrive. However, there wasn't enough free space or density available for gymnosperms to reclaim their territory, which is why angiosperms remain predominant in the Amazon. Another reason biologists give for the limited growth of gymnosperms is that when sunlight returned, angiosperm trees had grown so tall and dense that sunlight struggled to penetrate through their canopy to the ground below. Since gymnosperms need significant sunlight to grow, this lack of light prevented them from expanding. The third reason is related to the height of the trees. Angiosperm trees grow very tall. During the dinosaur era, tall dinosaurs would eat young angiosperm trees before they could mature. But after dinosaurs became extinct, no tall herbivores remained to consume these trees, allowing angiosperms to grow freely. On the other hand, gymnosperms lost the help of such herbivorous dinosaurs that assisted their growth, so gymnosperms did not flourish as much after the dinosaurs disappeared. The Amazon rainforest, the largest in the world and home to the greatest biodiversity, has always fascinated humans. It has been a mystery where these forests get sufficient nutrients to support such diverse and dense vegetation. When scientists began studying this question, their findings were astonishing. They discovered that the Amazon rainforest receives nutrient support from nutrient-rich dust carried over long distances from deserts. The nutrients supporting the Amazon rainforest come from dust carried over long distances from the Sahara Desert. Scientists have discovered that dust coming from the Baudelaire Depression, located north of the Sahara, provides essential nutrients to the Amazon forests. Over 56% of the nutrients the Amazon receives come from this source. Research found that the dust from the Sahara is rich in phosphorus, a critical element for plant growth. When this dust reaches the Amazon rainforest, it increases phosphorus levels in the soil, which promotes rapid plant growth. This is why the Amazon hosts the world's densest and largest rainforests. NASA has studied this phenomenon using a satellite called Calypso, which measures the amount of dust reaching the Amazon. It found that every year, about 182 million tons of dust travel almost 2,600 kilometers from the Sahara Desert. Calypso measured that some of this dust lands over the Atlantic Ocean, some settles along the eastern coast of South America, and about 27.7 million tons of dust fall directly on the Amazon basin. These numbers were surprising. The satellite also revealed that around 132 million tons of dust remain airborne, of which 46 million tons eventually fall over the Caribbean Sea. Scientists observing the Amazon over several years discovered that there are times when the amount of dust reaching the forest drastically decreases. This decrease is linked to rainfall over the Sahara Desert. When it rains in the Sahara, plant life grows there, reducing soil erosion, and thus less dust is carried away by winds. For example, in 2007, the Sahara Desert experienced almost no rainfall, which allowed a large quantity of dust to blow to the Amazon. In contrast, 2011 had significant rains in the Sahara, leading to an 86% drop in dust reaching the Amazon compared to 2007. You might think that such a vast and dense forest like the Amazon experiences very little human activity and settlement. It might seem that humans never lived or barely lived there in the past, and that modern human populations are the highest now. Scientists once believed that humans had little to no impact on the Amazon rainforest for thousands of years. However, archaeological excavations, for example, at sites like Kuwernoth, have shown evidence that humans settled here around 11,200 years ago. Earlier, it was thought that humans never established populations here because the rocky soil made agriculture nearly impossible. So humans depended on hunting and gathering from plants and animals. And these hunting-gathering populations likely remained small. Some scientists estimate the population density in the Amazon rainforests may have been as low as 0 to 0.5 people per square kilometer, because hunting-based living limited population growth. However, ongoing excavations and new evidence have challenged this view. Anthropologists concluded that the Amazon once hosted many indigenous human groups. About 15 years ago, estimates suggested this region was home to over 5 million people. Suddenly, by the 1900s, the population declined to about 1 million, and by the 1980s, only about 2 million remained. Why did so many die? Researchers believe that in the 1540s, European countries were ravaged by smallpox epidemics. Some colonists likely brought this deadly disease to the Americas, infecting the native populations, who had no immunity. One significant lost indigenous civilization affected was called the City of Z. A British explorer named Percy Fawcett set out to locate this city and brought back many promising findings about the region's tribes. However, he mysteriously disappeared during his last expedition into the Amazon and was never found. Because of mysteries like this, the Amazon remains full of secrets. It is believed that many civilizations once thrived here, including the Eastern Columbia civilization, discovered in the 1970s during deforestation. This Columbian civilization is thought to have lived in this forest until around 1250 AD. During this period, many earthworks, geoglyphs, were found, marking the first discoveries of their kind. In 1977, these geoglyphs were first documented, shedding light on the advanced societies that once flourished in the Amazon. This is an extraordinary example. It is believed that the development of these rainforests was guided by nature itself. The Amazon rainforest is the result of natural upheavals. However, evidence found here raises questions. Did such an extensive forest develop solely because of nature, or was it shaped and managed by ancient human civilizations living here? BBC research reveals that humans have continuously inhabited this area for over 11,000 years and practiced skilled horticulture, influencing the growth of these rainforests. BBC discovered practices similar to terra preta, a type of fertile soil management found widely throughout the Amazon. Terra preta is a unique soil in which humans actively managed and enhanced soil quality to prepare it for growing trees and plants. This suggests that the Amazon's growth might have been influenced both by nature and ancient human activities. If this is true, then traces of ancient human settlements should be found scattered throughout the millions of square kilometers of the Amazon rainforest. In 2003, Michael Kannenberger and some colleagues from the University of Florida conducting research in the Amazon found relics of human settlements. Upon further study, they discovered that these remains belong to the Jingu tribe, residents of the Amazon rainforest. The discovered sites contained evidence of roads, poles, and large plazas, which strongly indicate that humans played a role in shaping the development of these rainforests alongside nature. So what is the truth? Were these forests created purely by nature, or were they cultivated by ancient indigenous peoples? This question will only be answered through ongoing research and deeper exploration of the Amazon's depths. The Amazon rainforest is the most biodiverse forest in the world. It is thought to have more biodiversity than the forests of Asia and the savannas of Africa. Out of the world's top 10 known species, many can be found in the Amazon. This extensive forest is home not only to most tree species, but also to the majority of insect and animal species. It is estimated that around 250,000 species of insects live in the Amazon, along with 40,000 species of plants. Additionally, there are about 2,000 different species of birds and mammals found here. The Amazon rainforest is considered the world's largest area with immense biodiversity. Over 40,000 species of plants have been identified so far, along with 2,200 species of fish, the highest number found anywhere in the world. As for birds, about 1,294 species have been discovered here up to now, and 427 types of mammals have also been identified. The Amazon houses an abundance of every type of biodiversity. About 428 amphibian species and 378 reptile species have been classified. It's believed that almost every known species of bird in the world can be found in the Amazon rainforest. Furthermore, 1 out of every 5 fish species lives in the rivers flowing through the Amazon. The Amazon rainforest's biodiversity is so rich that in Brazil alone, between 9,660 and 12,843 types of vertebrates have been recorded. Life thrives abundantly here, with dense forests full of plant species. A 1999 study estimated that 1 square kilometer of Amazon rainforest can contain over 90,790 tons of plants. Many large species exist here, including the world's largest predatory bird, the harpy eagle. Its wingspan reaches nearly 2 meters. Harpy eagles primarily prey on small monkeys, and they reproduce year-round. However, their young face great danger during the dry summer season. During summer, the water level of the Amazon River can drop by as much as 7 meters, leading to severe water shortages. This scarcity forces predators and prey into close proximity, increasing the risk to young animals. As a result, many young monkeys fall prey to predators like tigers and the harpy eagles during this season. Among the predators in the Amazon rivers is a species of caiman, which is very dangerous and agile. It is believed that this caiman has been present in the Amazon rainforest for nearly 80 million years and has ruled the waters since then. The Amazon caiman can grow up to 5 meters long and weigh around 400 kilograms. In the Amazon forests, black vultures are found in large numbers. Their population increases especially during the dry summer season when the Amazon River's water level drops by up to 7 meters. This causes many fish to become trapped near the river banks, making them easy prey, which in turn provides abundant food for the black vultures. Additionally, the Amazon is home to the anaconda, the largest snake that lives in water. Poisonous bullet frogs are also found here. Their bites can be very painful. The forests also host unique monkey species, such as the bold capuchin monkey. One of the most dangerous predators in the Amazon is the jaguar, found in significant numbers in these rainforests. The blue poison dart frog, one of many poisonous frog species, is also native to the Amazon. Though nature has gifted us with incredible diversity, these ancient rainforests, present for millions of years, are now on the brink of extinction. The greatest threat to these rainforests comes from human activities. Ongoing deforestation leads to record levels of tree cutting every year, causing many plant and animal species in the rainforest to face serious threats. Natural factors also contribute to environmental damage here. By 2019, more than half of the Amazon rainforest had been burned. This destruction is expected to increase global carbon dioxide levels, since the Amazon supplies a large portion of the world's oxygen. With the oxygen lungs of the Earth shrinking, a warning bell is ringing for the planet's survival. It is essential to protect the environment and nurture nature so that we can conserve the unique species living in the Amazon rainforests.